All right, I need Fantasia music. Oh, music. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a dancer. Hey everyone, my name is Zay and welcome back to another episode of Watch It Wednesday, the series where we pick a movie that we love, hate, or haven't seen yet, and we watch it. We've been cruising our way right on through the golden age of Disney films, and now today, up on the docket is Fantasia. Now, I've never actually seen Fantasia. I've seen clips here and there. I know that Mickey's magic in it, and I know that there's a scene with like Pegasus. Specifically, there's like a black Pegasus that I thought looked cool when I was a kid. And I also know that this movie is a sort of combination of animation and like symphony, but other than that, I'm kind of going in blind. So I'm really excited to get the chance to watch this, and I'm so glad that you guys are here joining me today. So without any further ado, let's watch it. Ooh, interesting. Okay, it starts in live action.
How do you do?
I don't know why how do you do made me laugh. That's why I should have started this video, not with me dancing. I should have been like, how do you do? Welcome to Fantasia. Oh my god, how did they make these colorful little clouds so intimidating? What is this little guy? No, come back. Come back. Beautiful. Very good. Very nice. Oh my god, dude, you don't gotta stare at me like that. If I remember anything from the Pixie Hollow days, a blue fairy should not be working with flowers. But hey, they didn't know their own canon yet. Wow, you know, the music in this scene really does feel like ice skating. It's crazy how they could like match it up that well. That's pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I'll clap for that one. I'm clapping way up here because of the mic. I'm Tazon-daying it, you know, move my head away from the mic so you don't hear me breathe.
A legend about a sorcerer who had an apprentice.
Oh, here we go. Here's what we all came for. That is the most stock looking sorcerer I've ever seen in my life. There he is. There's the boy. You know what they forget to tell you in this is how the Sorcerer's Apprentice became a little mouse boy. And that's my pitch for Fantasia 3, the prequel. Oh my god. Did it seem like there was way too much water in that bucket? Why did that shot feel so much like a German expressionist film? Oh, I hate its little hands. Oh, that freaks me out. Oh, but this song is great. Oh my god, I wish I can enchant stuff to do housework for me. Make the sponge wash the dishes on its own. So instead of making the working conditions better, Mickey just decides to move up and then find someone else to put his problems on. Selfish. He's in the astral realm. Dormammu! I've come to bargain. Jesus Christ, you don't have to murder the guy. Mickey's got blood on his hands. Splinters in his hands? I really like that. I like them pouring the water underwater. Beat him. Yeah, that was pretty good. What the heck? Can you just smack Mickey's butt? Look, it's a Lapras without their shell on. Oh yeah. Who do you guys? All right, who do you guys want to win? I feel like this shows a lot about a person. No! I'm gonna fucking riot. Are you kidding me? Well, I was gonna say, who do you guys want to win? But I think you can tell who I wanted to win, and he's not. Are you kidding me? Come on, kill him. Kill him. What? Come on. No! I'm sad. I'm like angry about it too. He didn't deserve that. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, I think this is the one that I was talking about earlier with all the Pegasus. Unless I'm thinking of the other Fantasia. Hell yeah, dude. Play your flute. Just a little fawn jam session? Hell yeah. What if these unicorns just came and ran them all through with their horns? Oh look, they're gonna kill them. Why do they have little fawn butts? Why did they need to draw like each cheek? Look, why do they have to draw his little fawn butt? And the horse? Y'all some freaks. Oh, there's the Pegasus that I was talking about. And he's like weirdly dark looking for the rest of it. Like he looks like he'd be in like a hellish landscape or something with his red eye and stuff. Pegasus. Pegasi? Pegasuses? Pegusies? Oh no, definitely not that one. I'm gonna say Pegasus. The Pegasus are such a better design than unicorns, dude. Come on, this little dude looks so much cooler than those little ones at the beginning. Okay, now we got some people. Pretty sure I just saw some no nipple boob. That's an interesting design choice. You're gonna include the boob, but stop at the nipple. That's too far. Oh, they're centaurs. Okay, I thought they're gonna be like water nymphs or something. It's making me so uncomfortable. What a weird way to censor it. I swear to God, if I see some little cherub butt, I'm gonna be okay. There it is. I'm pissed. Look, okay. You drew a stack of cherub butts. Who are these? Y'all, bro. Y'all, Shaw. Just like some frat dudes with horse bodies. What's up, shawty? You drop this. I gotta say, you're looking mad fine today. Come back here. Let me tell you about crypto. You don't understand. It's going to the moon. Oh my God. Stop with the butts. Dude, can I post that? Come on. There were nipples and they came right at you. And that's it for Fantasia. Wow, okay, that was not what I expected. All right, so really quick before we jump into the grading, let me give you a brief explanation. I have a bunch of sections here on a grading sheet that we're going to be looking through and evaluating Fantasia on and giving them a score out of 5 stars. Now 3 is our baseline, that is absolutely average. Then above that, we've got 4 at above average and then 5 at outstanding. And then below it, we have 2 at below average and 1 star at absolutely horrible. Simple enough, right? Well, let's jump into it. So first up, let's go for plot. Now plot is hard because there are multiple stories, but if I try to look at the stories that were being told, I think the plot made more sense in some than others. Like the Sorcerer's Apprentice plot made much more sense than the plot with all of the centaurs and stuff, right? But that's just the nature of the story. It was even mentioned in the movie that the piece for Sorcerer's Apprentice was written with the story in mind. Now, my instinct would be to give this a below average, a 2 stars. But considering the fact that they made plots for things that have no plot in them anyway, makes me want to be a bit more lenient. So I think I'm going to give it a 3. All right, the next up we have structure. I think they did a great job with the structure of Fantasia. They made it very clear when we were transitioning. They even had little bits between explaining and sometimes even having little extra bits like Mickey and the conductor talking. And I think they did a good job, which would make me give it a 4. But I think they really understood that the structure for this needed to be different. They couldn't just show these pieces in succession. They had to have this, what's the dude? The conductor. They had to have the conductor speaking to the audience and explaining it and giving information. And I feel like they really could have messed up if they didn't understand that. So I'm going to give it a 5. I think that they did a really great job in knowing what they needed. All right, so the next up we have themes. I don't think the themes are very clear in this, but I don't think that was the point. This wasn't something with a point or a moral to give. It was simply exploring the medium of animation. I'm gonna give it a 2 for below average because I think there's something there, but it's not strong. All right, so next up we have characters. Now, Fantasia actually did a pretty good job at introducing a ton of characters. And normally that would be enough, but I think the thing that kind of falls flat for me is that 1 in maybe every 10 of the characters actually had its own like significant personality and wasn't just there. So I'm gonna give it a 2. All right, so then next up we have conflict. Conflict, I'm also gonna give it 2. I think it was there and present, but I don't think it was anything particularly impressive. But after that we have resolution. Now they actually did give resolutions to almost all of their pieces, you know, whether it be a storyline wrapping up or, you know, the night coming and ending it, or, you know, the dance finally ending. They actually did have some pretty good resolutions, so I'm gonna give that a 5, you know, especially because the whole thing seemed to end on a nice somber note. All right, so lastly for this section we have payoffs. 1. They didn't need to have payoffs, so they didn't have them. All right, so we are on to the second section now, and that brings us to visuals. I don't even need to begin. 5 stars. The visuals in this are insane. It's its main selling point, and I think that it does an incredible job. Not only did the animators have the Herculean task of trying to come up with visuals for such an abstract experience, but they also did so in these very striking art styles. Now I'm tempted to bring this back to a 1 because of all the weird butt stuff and the non-nipple boobs. With that aside, I think they did a phenomenal job, and I would honestly leave Fantasia like on in the background just to see how pretty it is. All right, so next after that we have performances. Now normally these would be the actors in a movie, but with something like Fantasia, I'm gonna say that the performance would actually fall on the musicians, and I think that goes without saying. That's a 5 star. All right, the next up we have set design. Set design for animation is going to be background art, and the background art was stunning. I especially loved the beginning of the scene in like the Greek mythology stuff. Just absolutely beautiful in every way. Another 5 stars. All right, so next up we have stunt work. For animation, these would be the people that they got reference footage off of and stuff. And There were a few times where I thought that they could have been using reference footage when they had, human people on, like the centaurs and stuff like that. And if they were, it was average at best. I'm gonna give it a below average because Disney's kind of set a bar at this point with the last few movies we've watched, and this I don't think quite meets it. All right, so the next up we have these special effects. Again, I'm gonna say above average for the realm of animation. At the time, the stuff that they were doing in Fantasia was revolutionary. Okay, so next up we have props. Now the prop design was actually, now that I'm thinking about it, very below average. Think back to something like Snow White or Pinocchio where every item had like hand carved designs and stuff like that. And then compare that to like the scene with all the fawns where they all had the same flute, or the centaurs all had like, the horn was just one big horn. It didn't even have anything special about it. So I'm gonna give it a 1. The movies we've watched up to this point have set the bar so much higher that this really feels like a letdown. And that's it for the second section. We are now on to the third one, and that is going to start with editing. Now the editing of this, I think fell flat. I think that if somebody were to go in and try to whittle it down, it would be a little better. So I'm gonna give it below average. All right, so next up we have VFX. In something like animation, this is gonna be like water effects or lightning effects and things like that. I'm tempted to say that it would be average. Think back to the scene with Hephaestus and Zeus with the lightning bolt. I'm tempted to say that that would be average because it's not anything special. But with the Disney movies we've been watching, when we've seen lightning and particle effects and stuff, it's been impressive. The lightning just didn't cut it though. So I'm gonna give it a 2, below average. All right, the next up, music, 5 stars. I don't think that needs to even be debated. After that, we have sound design. The sound design was pretty good. One of the ones that stood out to me was the Hephaestus and Zeus scene with the lightning. I felt like they did a really good job making it sound like it was off in the distance under the clouds with like a high cut filter or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm gonna just give the sound design a 3 at average because it feels fine. All right, and that closes off the third section and brings us to the X Factor. Now the X Factor is something that we can award a movie if we feel like it has something just innately special about it. The last time that we saw this was in Snow White, who received the X Factor bonus points because of its stance as the first ever feature-length animated film. Now, does Fantasia have anything to offer that would give it those extra points? While Fantasia is an incredible endeavor and a great concept, I don't think that it has anything special to it innately. So Fantasia does not get the X Factor. But what points did it get? Let's count them up and figure it out. And that gives us a total of 55. Divide that by the total possible points of 85, and Fantasia gets its score of a 64%, putting it in the D column for our golden age Disney movies. Now that is surprising. I thought it'd be way higher. Did you think that? Let me know what you expected to happen and what you ended up thinking of Fantasia down in the comment section below. I'm always so excited to hear what you thought, so make sure to leave a comment so that I can check it out. But everyone, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for sitting down and watching Fantasia with me. If you want to see any of the other movies we've watched up to this point, I'll link a playlist right up here and in the end card. If you liked the video, make sure to click like down below, and if you liked what you saw here, subscribe while you're down there. We have a great little family here and you would look great in it. I'll see you guys on Sunday with another video, and Wednesday with another Watch It Wednesday, where we're gonna watch, drum roll please, let me look at the schedule. We're gonna watch Dumbo. So if you're excited to see that, make sure to be here next Wednesday and we'll watch it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Until then, go do some good stuff. Later. Throw on my that was real. That wasn't even me like hamming it up for the camera or anything. I really struggled with my headphones that much.